Ooh, what a nice clear frame from right behind the table. What is that? What was that, bro? Oh, it's a squid. Okay, I'm seeing the correlations here. Bro, this is nuts. He's literally holding the squid and just... But the reason this works so well is we have slow, smooth camera movement for like 8 seconds. 8 seconds of just calm. He walks in calmly, and then all of a sudden, violently grabs the chair and starts pounding on this thing. The editing starts getting crazy because one way to create energy and create violence is to add more cuts. And so we just start cutting, showing details. That's a key shot. The ink, just tentacles flying. The pot that's boiling is falling over. More just, it's disgusting, dude. The sound is so disgusting. And that ink transition. Hi, my name is Jordan Orm. I'm a professional music video editor for artists like these guys. This might be the most surreal, aggressive, insane Jackson Wang video yet. And trust me, nothing in this video is random. So let's break down Buck from a storytelling and editing perspective. I like how his face is the first thing that you see. This is insane. See you wanna dance. When all the people like rose up. So it looks like they're in some kind of dark abyss. The camera shake on that is so intentional because you can see they have VFX dust falling from the sky, or maybe they actually had some dust on set cued to fall down. But it's so violent. Boom! Boom! That's insane. What the frick is going on? Why is there a squid? Why did he beat it up? What's happening? So Buck is actually the third chapter in a visual story starting with High Alone and G-Bad. So there's a through line. There's a story that Jackson is trying to tell throughout all the videos. The squid was actually originally in G-Bad, and Jackson said that it represents a friend who's really a devil. So when Jackson sees the squid, he's not about it. All right, he's gonna beat that thing up because he's been betrayed by squids before. Bro, this is all one shot. That's nuts. Okay, so this one's directed by Nicholas Lamb, who has done some incredible work. And in a lot of these dance-heavy videos, Jackson seems to love this style of long takes where you just see the dance, you let it tell the story, and there's not a whole lot of editing, which actually makes the dance feel more impressive because they're not trying to hide stuff with cutting. They're not trying to cut close, cut wide, cut a bajillion takes together. He's like, bro, look at how talented I actually am. Fair, Jackson, fair point. So I'm just really appreciating the length of these shots. The little hand dancing. I don't know what that's called. I need to call my friend Clay from Steezy. Clay, what's hand dancing called? It's called something. We did a whip pan down. It was totally planned because it looked like Jackson grabbed the camera, threw it down, and we have a hidden cut there. And you get hands in a circle, and then you can just match cut that to the exact same camera angle. So everything flows so well together. That's a cut, that's a cut. The spinning? Dude, this shot is so good. So the word buck was incredibly emphasized there. You know, it's the song title, makes sense. Give you that buck if you give me that. So there seems to be a trade happening, some kind of mutual something, and buck kind of has a double meaning with money and you know what? So it seems like the song is a little bit about a power struggle. It's a little confrontational. It's about desire. It's not just like a nice, feel-good, lovey, romantic song. It's a little chaotic, matching the visual vibe. Bad little thing, make a ruckus. Smile when she turn around and bust it. I was in the streets just a day ago. Now I gotta turn around and cuff it. Green light, everything green light. Bro, love it when she talks. This is incredible. This is, bruh. First of all, the camera movement for this overhead shot's ridiculous. It seemed like they maybe wanted him to exit the frame a little bit earlier, so the editor decided to add a zoom right before he goes off frame really quick. And cutting on motion is perfect. It's delicious. You'll see it throughout the video. Because the zoom lands on the downbeat, and maybe the director wanted him to move out on the downbeat, but it didn't happen, so they tried to fix it in post. and then leaning down, doing a little floor transition, VFX, and then having him lean up. Genius. Okay, so they're in a cave. It kind of feels hellish, I'm not gonna lie. And there's a quote at the end of the video that is very important. But we have these like weird dudes dancing around, maybe, you know, fellow hellmates. But this like supernatural dark sand that's floating, that's crazy. This shot was random. I was like, what the frick is this? But then I noticed this little silhouette hanging down, and it looks like there's a squid above. Who knows why? Dude, cutting on the spin is so good. Oh, now we're adding a bunch of zooms. How the frick did they do that? It seems like it wasn't shot in slow-mo, it was shot in a normal frame rate. And when you slow footage down too much, it gets really choppy. But if you want it to become smooth, you can put on optical flow, and it will create frames in between the frames that don't exist and give you kind of this weird warbly effect. It doesn't look super realistic, but it helps create slow-mo where slow-mo didn't exist. Bro got inked, bro. Dude. The shoulders, bro. The collab, bro. We got Diljit Dosanjh in the house, y'all. The China-India collab is happening, y'all. We're bringing the world together. World peace. Let's go, baby. I have to talk about this transition though, because I've never seen anything like it. What the frick just happened? It seems like we take the last frame and then we sort of turn it into an AI shot. Now, people have mixed feelings about AI. I think it's really bad in a lot of ways, but it also can be used for really creative things. And this is one example where you can take a shot of water and turn it into like this weird warbly close-up. Like, look at that. We went from a wide shot to what looks like a macro shot of ripples. An impossible shot, but with AI, you can do that. That's sick. More zooms. We're adding lots of zooms for energy. The way Jackson's just sitting there. He's just like following the camera. That was really a workout for me, sitting on the chair like that. Little zooms, bro. They're fired. Smiling and they were having a good time. Nah, bro. Stop looking at me. I don't know what he was saying, and the translations weren't working, so I'm not quite sure why that happened based on what he said. Because there isn't a ton of choreography, a ton of dancing, the filmmakers decided to add energy by adding lots of little zooms and also cutting on motion. So we cut into a shot when there's somebody in the foreground walking by, kind of distracting our eye, cutting on motion, and it helps blend everything together nicely. Again, cutting on motion right there. Woo! When you do a strobing shot like that, the best part about it is when you cut to black, you can throw in a new shot and it looks like there's movie magic, because every single shot in one of these flashes could be entirely different. And a lot of it is. And it kind of blows our minds in a fun way, psychologically. Bro, these guys are popping off. Again, he comes close and does a quick little spin, which creates motion in front of the lens, and then we cut on that. So cut on motion in front of the lens. And you can see the editor even decided to zoom in to make it fill the screen and make the cut a little bit better, because if he wasn't close enough to the lens to fill the screen, it would be cool, but it wouldn't be really cool. Zoom. Bro, the camera's going nuts. We still have really long shots. Oh, that upside down shot was nice. The world is in chaos now. Everything's getting a little bit more unstable. We're tilting, we're flipping, we're turning shots upside down, and we're emotionally a little bit reckless, emotionally a little bit chaotic. But sometimes that's a good thing, and you'll see why. Everybody's freaking out. Oh, the dust? The camera shakes? Bruh, camera shakes, dust, and sound going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. What more could you want? The cutting is so slow, but it still feels so energetic. Oh my goodness. Wait, so was that the squid from earlier that looked like it was dangling from the ceiling? Maybe they finally got fed? Oh, I didn't realize what was happening. He's eating the squid. Before he was beating up the squid, he was just pounding it, and now he is literally devouring the devil that used to plague him. He's not running from it anymore. He's not trying to fight it. He's embracing it and destroying it, gaining power over what once hurt him. And this last line says, I dreamed of going all the way to hell to deal with you. This is an actual summary of what we just watched. Could it be a relationship that he had, maybe an internal struggle? And another thing that might help him deal with his emotions, other than, eating squids and punching them, is a little bit of, if you want to be a pro editor and tell stories that matter, I would love to personally mentor you. God bless you.